So, the Honor 5C just announced 2 days ago. I already got it yesterday, played with it the whole day, and today I want to share my first impressions with you. Keep in mind this is not the full review yet, and a few things about my opinion could change, definitely will. And I will try to make this video a little bit shorter, because usually my first impressions turn out to be already kind of like a review, but I don't want to judge it too early. In terms of design and build quality, compared to its brother the P9 Lite, it definitely feels a little bit more thick and chunky. But it doesn't feel any less substantial or well built, because yes, the sides are maybe just plastic in this case, not metal like on the P9 Lite. Sorry, I have to pause myself for a second and correct my statement, because due to the low price I simply assumed it was all plastic, but I just got a confirmation the side after all is aluminum, but the back is still plastic with a brushed aluminum look. So I needed to correct that, and that's why I actually took down the initial video. I hope you can forgive me that, okay. But the back, for example, here feels super nice and grippy. It is slightly texturized plastic, but it feels just amazing. We also have all the nice rounded curves, so it feels really nice in the hand, and it's still okay. Yes, maybe not the smallest bezels, but for this price you can't really expect that much more. Here we have the camera, the flash, the microphone, headphone jack on the left side, SD card and SIM card tray, the speaker here on the right. This is for aesthetics, and the microphone, micro USB, and the perfectly placed buttons. I like the tactile and audio feedback, absolutely well done. There is a faint notification LED, not great, but it's definitely there. This is nice. They have gotten rid of the fingerprint reader in Germany, at least. Some regions maybe will get it. So overall I definitely like the in-hand feel, definitely like it, even though it feels a little bit more chunky. I would say let's get into the display for a second here and check that one. I actually expected it to be of less quality compared to the P9 Lite, but it actually seems to be almost the same. So I can't fully judge it yet, and I don't have it there for a full side-by-side comparison, but I'm definitely absolutely pleased. It gets very bright, the viewing angles are really nice, the color calibration is great. You also have the color temperature control, blacks are nice, still a little bit of IPS glow, top whites. So absolutely great job here for a device of this price range. I didn't expect the display to be good, because last year, for example, already on the P8 Lite they skimmed out a little bit on the display, which they didn't here. So this is great. Let's check the sound. To keep this clean, easy and simple and short, yes, cupping of course will help because it's still bottom facing, but it sounds actually quite good. It's definitely not on a level quite far away from the P9 Lite itself, but it gets the job done. Still loud, still okay, absolutely nicely balanced. The headphone jack quality disappointed me, same as it did on all Huawei devices so far, so it could be louder. For an earphone, absolutely fine. For a little bit something proper, more like a headphone, not quite so much. But therefore, once again, the performance here is absolutely great, because we are using the same SoC as we did on the P9 Lite, the Kirin 650, and it knows to deliver pretty much as good. It seems to be a tad little more laggy, but I won't judge it too early, because this could be just over the first few days that I've seen it, and I don't have it for a side-by-side comparison. It does maybe launch super quick, but absolutely smooth. Of course there's a little bit of lag, but the P9 Lite had it as well. But I was pleased with the performance of the P9 Lite, absolutely. Gaming performance seemed a little bit odd, maybe because it did something still in the background yesterday, but my gaming wasn't that great. I will definitely need to make the stress test all that, so watch out for the full review where I will talk a little bit more about that. The one big difference that I noticed from my 3GB version of the P9 Lite is the multitasking, because 2GB of RAM noticeably killed definitely more apps, and I think even the harsh RAM management of Huawei makes a little bit more of an impact there. I decided to actually allow all apps to be protected apps. It made things a little bit better, but it is definitely recommended to get a 3GB version. If that's not available for the P9 Lite in your country, I don't really see an issue here taking this one, because you save a lot of money and get pretty much the same performance experiences on the P9 Lite, just to keep that in mind. So what's the next thing? The battery, can't really judge yet, seems very good. It was already very good on the P9 Lite, but after one day I can't say if it's maybe worse or even better than it was on the P9 Lite. The next thing would be the software. Don't really want to get too much into it. It's still EMUI. I already reviewed that on the Mate 8. Not much has changed. As you can see here, I use an Android N theme. You can just Google for that. It's very easy to find. And you can see here, it looks way nicer like this. I still like the multitasking here quite a lot in this RAM. So software absolutely fine. The camera, didn't really get to test it yet. But if it's the same or on the P9 Lite, is something I will have to check. Not quite sure. Still no autofocus on the video, even though it has Pro Tools that give me continuous autofocus. It's not there, but I expect something like a similar experience. And then to get actually already to the end, to not make it too long, for a sub 200 euro device, it's around 199 at the moment. It definitely seems to be already a really good choice. But keep one thing in mind, the P9 Lite costs 299, so you pay noticeably more. But street prices closer to around 270, maybe 260, but I've already seen it on deals for 240. So if it's just 40 more, then I would still go for the P9 Lite. But keep in mind, this one will fall in price as well in a few weeks. So if you get this one as well, and the price difference stays at something at around 100, and in your country the 2GB version is only available for the P9 Lite, not the 3GB version, and you are okay with a little bit of a chunkier device, then this is absolutely no problem, because it feels still great in the hand, and the overall qualities are, for this price range, really respectable, really impressive actually. So first impressions really nice so far. Definitely look out for the full review, check the description for that, it should be there. Really pleased so far. That would have been it for my first impressions. Keep in mind, a few things of my opinion could change, and I will definitely need to make more stress. The battery, the camera, performance, if it will overheat something or not. Okay, this would have been it. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and I wish you a nice day. Until next time, bye.